Hi, my name is Shan and welcome back to the chaos that is Shani and books. Today I am going to be doing a video where I talk about my most anticipated book releases for 2022. I had planned for some of my 2022 bookish videos to come out later in the month, but don't feel like filming anything else at the moment. So I'm going to film this because I am trying to do Bookmas slash Vlogmas slash some sort of something where I upload bookish videos every day, possibly, or every other day as the month goes on. I might get a little bit slack. Sorry, Cann, if you can't tell, is sitting on my lap. Probably going to make noise, but that's my channel. I don't often keep up with book releases that well, so most of these are authors that I have read from before and enjoyed. There's a couple that I haven't read from, but that's mostly what this is. And then I think as the month goes on, as other people release theirs, I might add to this list for myself. But this is the 10 books that I think I'm most anticipating for 2022. And if there are any others that you think I would enjoy, comment them below. But I'm also going to be keeping my eyes out for other people's anticipated release videos. So let's just get started. Okay, so I do just have a Goodreads shelf where I have been adding these in, just called 2022 releases. So if you want to add on Goodreads so that if I add more in, you can see, you can do that. But these are all pretty popular ones, so I don't know. I'm realizing, don't have a lot of Australian authors that I have been keeping track of, so there's probably going to be more that get added to this list, and you're making a mess. First up, we have I Kissed Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. By the way, I'm going in literally no order. I'll tell you the dates, but these are not in date order. But this one is, it says on Goodreads it's coming out on the 3rd of May. And Casey McQuiston is obviously a very popular author, the author of Red, White and Royal Blue, as well as One Last Stop. But this is going to be their young adult book, their first young adult book, I believe. I think this is young adult. And it is a female-female romance, which I love. I loved the female-female romance in One Last Stop, so I'm super excited for this one. Yeah, basically it says a debut YA romantic comedy about chasing down what you want only to find what you need. Chloe Green is so close to winning. After her mum's moved from SoCal to Alabama for high school, she spent the past 4 years dodging gossipy classmates. The thing that keeps her going, winning valedictorian. Her only rival, prom queen Shara Wheeler, the principal's perfect progeny. But a month before graduation, Shara kisses Chloe and vanishes. On a furious hunt for answers, Chloe discovers she's not the only one Shara kissed. There's also Smith, Shara's longtime quarterback sweetheart, and Rory, Shara's bad boy neighbor with a crush. The three have nothing in common except Shara and the annoyingly cryptic notes she left behind. But together they must untangle Shara's trail of clues to find her. It'll be worth it if Chloe can drag Shara back before graduation to beat her fair and square. Okay, so I'm loving this already because it sounds kind of like enemies to lovers. There's also a bit of a mystery going on here. I don't love young adult novels involving prom queen and stuff, especially since we don't even have that in Australia. But anyway, I'm super excited and I will definitely read this one when it comes out because I've loved everything else that Casey McQuiston has written so far. Okay, next up, I haven't actually read from this author before. I do have one of their books on my bookshelf and I've read a chapter and I have enjoyed the first chapter, but for some reason I haven't finished it. But anyway, the next book is Cherish Farrah by Bethany C. Morrow. So this is the author that wrote A Song Below Water. This is the author that wrote A Song Below Water. And this one, it says, comes out on the 8th of February. And I believe this one is a thriller. So this one says 17-year-old Farrah Turner is one of 2 black girls in her country club community and the only one with black parents. Her best friend, Cherish Whitman, adopted by a wealthy white family, is something Farrah likes to call WGS, white girl spoiled. Strange things start happening at the Whitman household, debilitating illnesses, upsetting fever dreams, and inexplicable tension with Cherish's hothead boyfriend, and a strange journal that seems to keep track of what is happening to Farrah. It's nothing she can't handle. But soon everything seems... Okay, I had to start and stop like 10 times already. So this just says, told in Farrah's chilling, unforgettable voice and weaving in searing commentary on race and class, this slow burn social horror will keep you on the edge of your seat until the last page. So yeah, definitely excited for all the discussions on race and class for sure. And like I said, I do have another Bethany C. Morrow on my shelf, so maybe I'll read that one first. Next up, another author that I haven't read from, but I do have one of their books on my shelf ready to read. And I don't even know how to say this. Is it Yerba Buena by Nina Lacua? This says it's coming out on the 8th of February also. And this is Nina Lacua's adult debut. Usually she has written young adult books, following two women on a star-crossed journey towards each other. It says it's a love story of our time and a propulsive journey through the lives of two women finding their way in the world. I'm literally getting tongue-tied trying to read the whole synopsis of these books, so I'm not going to keep doing that. I'm going to have to cut off that I was like literally couldn't speak, but I'm really excited about this one. It sounds like it's going to be really good. Next up, from an author that I have read and loved, this is The Romantic Agenda by Cann. This says it's coming out on the 12th of April, and this is the author that wrote Let's Talk About Love. So this is an adult romance. Queer again, we love to see it. Joy is in love with Malcolm, but Malcolm really likes Summer. Summer is in love with Love, and Fox is Summer's ex-boyfriend. 30, flirty, and asexual, Joy is secretly in love with her best friend Malcolm, but she's never been brave enough to say so. When he unexpectedly announces that he's met the love of his life, and no, it's not Joy, she's heartbroken. Malcolm invites her on a weekend getaway, and Joy decides it's her last chance to show him exactly what he's overlooking. Okay, so yeah, it just seems like it's a book about love, finding love, and I really am loving finding more books with asexual rep in them as well, so this is definitely one that I'm going to read in 2022. Okay, next, I am so excited for this one. This is another book by Mason Deva, who wrote I Wish You All the Best, and that is one of my all-time favorite books. So this new release is called The Feeling of Falling in Love, which says it's coming out the 17th of May. And this is, young adult, LGBT, contemporary romance. So just days before spring break, Neil Kearney is set to fly across the country with his childhood friend and current friend with benefits, Josh, to attend his brother's wedding. Until Josh tells Neil that he's in love with him and Neil doesn't return the sentiment. With Josh still attending the wedding, Neil needs to find a new date to bring along. So yeah, it looks like a male-male romance. Super excited for this one. I do have another Mason Deva on my shelf that I haven't read yet. Wow, this is just really the video of me exposing myself for all the books that I have from authors that I love that I haven't read. But yeah, like I said, I really did love Mason Deva's other book. Next up, not going to talk about this one too much, but Heartstopper Volume 5 is supposed to come out in 2022. Doesn't say a date on Goodreads, but I think it's going to be the last one, so I'm a bit nervous. This is obviously a well-loved graphic novel series. Very cute. Can you see them up there? Yeah, there they are. Right, moving on from that one. The next one is called Stay Awake by Megan Golden. This is the author that wrote The Night Swim, which I loved. I haven't read anything else from her, but I do think she's Australian. This says it's coming out the 9th of August, and yeah, it is another thriller. So it says, Liv Reese wakes up in the back of a taxi with no idea where she is or how she got there. When she's dropped off at the door of her brownstone, a stranger answers. A stranger who now lives in her apartment and forces her out in the cold. She reaches for her phone to call for help, only to discover it's missing, and in its place is a blood-stained knife. Now she's lost and disoriented in a New York City that looks nothing like what she remembers. What did she do last night, and why does she remember nothing from the past 2 years? Liv finds herself on the run from a crime she doesn't remember committing as she tries to piece together the fragments of her life. But there's someone who does know exactly what she did, and they'll do anything to make her forget permanently. A complex thriller that unfolds at breakneck speed. Stay Awake will keep you up all night. This one definitely sounds really scary, but yeah, I loved The Night Swim, so definitely interested in picking up more from this author. Next up is one from an author that I haven't read from in years, but they are very popular. So this is the new Colleen Hoover book called Reminders of Him. I do have 2 Colleen Hoover books on my shelf that I read in 2014, and I've not picked up anything from Colleen Hoover since. She is super popular at the moment, especially on TikTok for all of the viral books that she has. But this one really interests me. So I've added it to my list. Maybe I'll start reading Colleen Hoover again. It says it comes out the 18th of January because I think this is following a character that has just gotten out of prison, which really interests me. I love prison documentaries, but I haven't read a lot of books with characters that have been or are in prison. So very interested to pick this one up. A troubled young mother yearns for a shot at redemption in this heartbreaking yet hopeful story. After serving 5 years in prison for a tragic mistake, Cann returns to the town where it all went wrong, hoping to reunite with her 4-year-old daughter. But the bridges Cann burned are proving impossible to rebuild. Everyone in her daughter's life is determined to shut Cann out, no matter how hard she works to prove herself. The only person who hasn't closed the door on her completely is Ledger Ward, a local bar owner and one of the few remaining links to Cann's daughter. So super excited for this one. It sounds really, really interesting. And it comes out pretty early too. Okay, next up. This one doesn't even have a cover, and I don't know if it even has a date. I don't even know if it is 2022, but it's by Tiffany D. Jackson, who wrote Monday's Not Coming, which is one of my all-time favorite books. This is called The Weight of Blood, and yeah, like I said, it does not even have a date on Goodreads that I can see so far. And all it says for the description is, The Weight of Blood is a remix of Stephen King's Carrie set in a school's first integrated prom. He's making noises. So sounds interesting, but definitely want to pick up more from Tiffany D. Jackson. Last one is from another author that I have read from. This is from Case and Calendar, who wrote Felix Ever After, which I loved, as well as a lot of other people. This one's called Moonflower, and it says that it comes out on the 3rd of May. And it says it is a middle grade queer fantasy, which I'm definitely interested in reading. Moon has been plunged into a swill of uncertainty and confusion. They travel to the spirit realms every night, hoping never to return to the world of the living. But when the realm is threatened, it's up to Moon to save the spirit world, which sparks their own healing journey through the powerful, baffling landscape that depression can cause. Moon's mum is trying her best, but is clueless about what to do to reach the ugly roiling of her child's inner struggles. At the same time, though, there are those who see Moon for who they are. Okay, I don't know when the camera cut off, but I was talking about Moonflower, so hopefully, I don't know. Yes, sounds like an amazing, magical book, also dealing with depression, it seems like, in a middle grade. So sounds amazing to me, and I obviously loved Felix Ever After. So yes, those were the 10. Okay, literally I give up on today because I can't speak. I keep tripping over my words, then my card ran out of space. I actually give up. But those were the 10 books that I'm most anticipating at the moment for 2022. Please let me know any 2022 books that you are excited for, because like I said, I haven't done a deep search into the new releases of the next year. I kind of just saw what was coming out for authors that I had already loved or already had my eye on. So that's where I got these 10 from, but I would definitely be interested in adding more to my little Goodreads list. And yes, if you want to see the list, I will leave it linked below, or shelf, whatever it's called. You can add me on Goodreads if you want. I am not very good at keeping up with the moment. I'm pretty caught up with my read books, but my want to read shelf it needs some organization. Yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Like I said, I'm trying to do Bookmas / Vlogmas, so there will hopefully be out, oh my god, I can't talk. There will hopefully be a new video out every day leading up to Christmas. So that was tomorrow. Oh my god, what am I saying? Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye.